Sadao had taken this into his mind as he did everything his father said. His father, who never joked or played with him, but who spent infinite pains upon him, who was his only son. Sadao had grasped whatever his father said to him very seriously. His father never joked or played with him. He was always serious, always concerned. He took unlimited pains to bring him up. Sadao knew that his education was his father's chief concern. The boy could understand that his father was very concerned about his education. For this reason, he had been sent at 22 to America to learn all that could be learnt of surgery and medicine. So for this reason only, he was sent to America when he was 22 years old, and there he could study surgery and medicine. He had come back at 30, and before his father died, he had seen Sadao become famous not only as a surgeon but as a scientist. So when he returned, when he was 30 years old, his father was able to see him become famous, become a surgeon and a scientist also. So the father, before dying, could see his son become successful surgeon and scientist, because he was perfecting a discovery which would render wounds entirely clean. He was doing research on a medicine that would keep the wounds clean. He had not been sent abroad with the troops. Because of this, because he was doing research work, he was not sent with the troops. Also, he knew there was some slight danger that the old general might need an operation. And the other reason why he was not sent was the old general was not well, so he might need an operation for a condition for which he was now being treated medically. So the general was taking some treatment, and because he was not well, he could need an operation. For this reason also, Sadao was not sent with the troops. And for this possibility, Sadao was being kept in Japan. That is why he was kept in Japan. Clouds were rising from the ocean now. The unexpected warmth of the past few days had at night drawn heavy fog from the cold waves. So, in the past few days, they were quite warm, because of which clouds were rising over the ocean. And there was heavy fog also. Sadao watched mists hide outlines of a little island near the shore, and then come creeping up the beach below the house. He saw the clouds, he saw the mist, the fog becoming so thick that the outline of the islands nearby were not visible now, and he could see the mist creeping up the beach below the house. Wreathing around the pines, that is, moving through the pines. In a few minutes, fog would be wrapped about the house too. Then he would go into the room where Hannah, his wife, would be waiting for him with the two children. So after a few minutes only, he knew the fog would cover the whole house, and then he would go inside where his wife Hannah would be waiting for him with the two children. But at this moment, the door opened and she looked out, a dark blue woolen haori over her kimono. Haori is a loose outer garment worn over the kimono, the Japanese dress. She came to him affectionately and put her arm through his as he stood, smiled and said nothing. She came and she affectionately put her arm through his arm, and she smiled at him, saying nothing. He had met Hannah in America, but he had waited to fall in love with her until he was sure she was Japanese. So he had met Hannah in America, but immediately he did not acknowledge his feelings. First, he found out whether she was Japanese or not, because Japanese are quite conservative and his father would not have accepted any other bride for him. His father would never have received her unless she had been pure in her race. Pure in her race, that means the father and mother both should be Japanese. He wondered often whom he would have married if he had not met Hana. So he used to wonder many times that whom he would have married, because in Japan marriages were arranged that time. There were few love marriages, and by what luck he had found her in the most casual way. It was a very casual way and just not a planned one. By chance, literally, at an American professor's house. At an American professor's house, just by chance, casually he had met Hana. The professor and his wife had been kind people, anxious to do something for their few foreign students. They were very kind people, the professor and his wife, and they were eager to do something for the foreign students. And the students, though bored, had accepted this kindness. The students found them very boring, but they had accepted their kindness.